How's it going, you big beautiful bastards? Welcome back to another career sim. Today we have arguably the biggest draft bust of all time, only behind maybe Trey Lance at this point, because, you know, the Niners did trade 3 picks for him and then just traded him to the Cowboys because that makes sense. I also, in going into this, I did not realize this man was 6'6", 260. He was an absolute dog. He is an 83 overall to start his career. He is projected pick number 1 at least. The Arizona Cardinals have pick 1 as I'm already on them. I think it's from Houston in a trade, which I don't know how that ended up happening, but let's see where he ends up getting drafted. Marvin Harrison goes number 1. The Bears have the number 2 pick and they take Glenn Jackson. He's going to Detroit, isn't he? He's not going to Detroit. They take Darian Tongue. The Vikings, they have Kirk. But he's a Minnesota Viking. Oh my god, he gets Jay Jettas and Jordan Addison. That is wild. That is such a good draft. That is such a good pick. Oh my god, he's going to the Vikings to team up with Jettas, Jordan Addison, which technically in this game I think they're still going to have Dalvin Cook. Let's see if this time around in his career he decides to actually watch film. He has so many weapons to throw the ball to. Oh my god, they have Kareem Hunt starting at running back, not Dalvin Cook, which, okay, that's fine, but they also have Jay Jettas. They got Mike Williams. They have Jordan Addison at receiver 3, and he still has TJ Hawkins socks with his gray looking hair. This team should be good. Their defense kind of sucks other than Harrison Smith and Danielle Hunter, but you know, the offense should be able to put up 40 points a game with that kind of offense. In reading up about JaMarcus Russell, I found out some pretty crazy shit. Apparently in college he was addicted to Cody, or it was lean. He was drinking prescription cough syrup, which like isn't great, but in coming to the NFL, you know, you have the story, he didn't watch film, they sent him with an empty tape and he came in the next day talking about blitz packages. But also, I didn't entirely read the article, but at one point he said that the Raiders were the one that failed him and that it goes way deeper than the story everyone tells. Maybe the Raiders failed him, which I wouldn't be surprised. It's the Raiders. They aren't really the best at maintaining talent. They went 15-2. That could very well be one of the best rookie seasons of all time. They have the number 1 ranked total offense, number 3 ranked passing offense, the 6th ranked rushing offense. In his rookie season, he throws for 4,500 yards and 35 touchdowns with a 119 passer rating. I may have made him a little too good, but that is okay. Obviously, that's going to be Rookie of the Year. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind. He could even be MVP, but I'm imagining that's not. Yeah, it's Josh Allen. He's 5th in the MVP race. So you scroll down here to NFC. I'm willing to bet he is Offensive Rookie of the Year. Right there. There he is. JaMarcus Russell beat out Mike Kane, Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams ended up a buck. In the divisional round, the number 1 seed Minnesota Vikings are going to be playing the Detroit Lions, who went 10-7. This game is going to be in Minnesota, obviously. I'm going to change their jerseys and put on the color rush ones if they're the full purple. The game is currently tied. The defense needs to make a stop to get JaMarcus the ball back, and they're not doing a great job of that, but they do stop him there and they make a field goal. So now down by 3, JaMarcus Russell has an opportunity to come out here and try and win his team this playoff game. Comes out, Kareem Hunt lined up behind him. You can see Jettas on the bottom of the X Factor. He's dropping back to throw and he hits the receiver over the middle, which 81, I think that's Mike Williams. Now all of a sudden they switch sides of the field. That's a little weird, but okay, here we go. JaMarcus is dropping back to throw. Quick throw to Hawkinson, but he gets blown up as he's got 162, a touchdown and a pick. Look at how big he looks back there. He looks huge and chunky, but like he's just big. He's dropping back to throw once again. He's just getting the ball out quick here as he does find Kareem Hunt out of the backfield. This time he comes out under center. We're at a minute and a half left to go. He's dropping back to throw once again. He's got no time back there as that's Rodrigo that gets the sack. It is now 2nd and 23. JaMarcus once again dropping back to throw. Quick throw is actually caught by Jettas, but he gets laid the hell out. JaMarcus once again in the shotgun. He's got trips to his right. He's dropping back to pass. He's got time back there this time, and he finds Jettas over the middle to the 40. Vikings take a timeout and stop the clock with 53 seconds left. This time, JaMarcus is in the shotgun in an empty backfield. No Kareem Hunt back there as he was on the line blocking, and he hits, I think that's Jordan Addison. Oh, no, that was Jettas again. Now with 37 seconds left, once again dropping back to throw towards the end zone, and he finds, I think that's Jordan Addison in the end zone. JaMarcus Russell just led a game-winning drive. Potential game-winning drive, I guess. There is still 33 seconds left on the clock here. Oh, they let up a big play right away. They're going right down the field. The Lions have 21 seconds left and no timeouts. Now 18 seconds, 9 seconds, 3 seconds, and he gets it's a fucking penalty. Thought it was a sack. This is the last play of the game, basically. 3 seconds left. It is 2nd and 10 for the Detroit Lions. They have to score here. They're at the 14. This is the last play of the game. They're dropping back to pass to the end zone, and it's batted away. And the Vikings are going to the NFC Championship game in JaMarcus Russell's rookie season. season. Now in the championship game, he is going to face his toughest challenge so far as he has to play the best defense in the league in the 49ers. They're blowing them out. It is 28-10 going into the third. They're going down the field to score again. They are up 21. They're up 14 now, though. They make a field goal to make it a 17-point game, and it's over. It's over. They're going to the Super Bowl in his rookie season. JaMarcus Russell ended up throwing for 376 and 3 touchdowns with an 80% completion percentage. Oh, wow. Okay, you get both number 1 seeds in the Super Bowl. They are playing the cover boy, whose team went 16-1. They were 15-2. JaMarcus Russell against Josh Allen, Justin Jefferson versus Stephon Diggs. You get Von Miller on the Bills still. The defense could not stop the Bills from scoring, so now with 3 minutes left, down 7, JaMarcus Russell has to come out and lead a drive to tie the game. As you can see, there is so many stars and X factors on this offense, as every person he can throw the ball to has one. A nice throw to Jettas. That was a very weird looking throw, but it worked. He's number 4 though. He took Dalvin Cook's number. I don't know who number 2 is on this team, but he is in the shotgun this time. There's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. He is dropping back to throw once again, and he throws to Hawkinson, who makes the catch on the out route. Getting close to the 2-minute warning. They're going to get one last playoff before it, as JaMarcus is lined up in the shotgun. He's throwing the ball, hits Kareem Hunt out of the backfield, who couldn't get around the corner. That's Kaiir Elam, actually, that made that tackle, I'm pretty sure. Following the 2-minute warning, he comes out with an empty backfield. You can see Addison and Mike Williams down there. Jettas and Kareem Hunt were up top. He ends up hitting Jordan Addison for the first down. Once again in the shotgun, clock is ticking, so he's got to get this snap off. He is dropping back. Over the middle, finds Jordan Addison again. Kareem Hunt needed to make a better block there, but it only goes for a gain of 5. And they're going in the hurry up now. From the shotgun, quick throw. He finds Mike Williams to the 25. Just about a minute left. He snaps the ball quick again, and another quick throw to Mike Williams, who gets popped, but he got 8 yards on that. Now they're probably going to use a timeout here. 45 seconds left, still in the hurry up. He's calling audibles now. Look at him. He wants to make a play here. He's dropping back to throw once again. And he ends up throwing that. I was almost picked off, but Justin Jefferson made the crazy catch. 30 seconds left on 2nd and goal, basically, because it's 2nd and 10, but the first down is the goal line. He hits Jettas, who got popped over the middle. Comes out in the shotgun once again. He's got to get to the end zone here, and he threw it right to Matt Milano. That's going to do it. They're going to lose the Super Bowl off of a pick in the red zone. Josh Allen threw 250 and 2 touchdowns. JaMarcus threw 293 and 2 touchdowns, and a game-sealing interception that lost them the game completely. So now we move on into his sophomore season, following one of the greatest rookie seasons you will ever see. As he went to a Super Bowl, he had the chance to win it, but those rookie mistakes ended up throwing it for him. So this JaMarcus Russell is a tad bit of a different kind of animal, you know? The other one was an off-the-field animal. This one is an on-the-field demon. As we go into his sophomore season, he's up to a 91. Kareem Hunt is still here at an 80. They drafted a running back in McCoy here who's going to be behind Kareem Hunt. Jettas is still a 99. Addison is up to an 87. Mike Williams is an 88. And TJ Hawkinson remains a 91. As we jump forward to the playoffs in year 2, I want to take a moment and say I apologize for not getting a video out on Thursday and only doing 1 video a week since I've moved. It's been really hard. I started a new job this week, and I'm trying to get back in the groove of uploading and everything. I'm trying to stay consistent, at least get 1 out a week. Next week, I'm going to try and get 2. I just need to actually sit down and I need to hammer it out, and I need to do it because I need to get back in my grind mind state. It's been hard with the move and everything to stay in that, but I'm working on it. And also, if you guys are enjoying this at all through that first season, it was pretty entertaining. They made a Super Bowl in his rookie year, but if you guys are, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. As always, though, that choice is yours. If you have any recommendations for other players you want to see, you can leave them down in the comments. It'll be a little bit until I get to them because I still do have to do Johnny Manziel and Jameis Winston. This season they had a bit of a regression. They went from 15-2 to 9-8, but it's hard to keep that pace of 15-2 every season unless you're like Patrick Mahomes or something. They had the number 7 ranked passing offense, number 9 ranked total offense, the 29th ranked rushing offense, which is probably the biggest detriment to this team. Kareem Hunt just isn't holding his own. We go to the stats over here. JaMarcus ended up throwing for 4,200 yards and 41 touchdowns with a 108.7 passer rating. I don't think that's going to be MVP, but we'll take a look at it just to check, as Jalen Hurts is your league MVP. Desmond Ridder is down here in 7th for some reason, right above JaMarcus Russell, who is in 8th in the MVP race. Kyler Murray is actually in 2nd. As we go into this wild card round, they are playing the league MVP Jalen Hurts, who still have big play Slay. They have this Gabe Bush guy, who is also an X Factor. You can see our top 3 are Jay Jettis, JaMarcus Russell, and Jordan Addison. You know, that's a crazy wide receiver duo with this quarterback. 28-7. This game might be over. 28-14. 13. Oh, wait, Jalen got stopped, though, and it's over. It's over. It's a 21-point game with a minute left. That's game. JaMarcus ended up throwing 268 and a touchdown. Jalen threw 246 and 2 touchdowns. We'll take a look real quick, see who had more interceptions. Of course, it was Jalen, as he took that L, and he's going home. Now, in the divisional round, they're going to be playing Desmond Ridder and the Falcons, who is apparently progressing really well. Desmond Ridder isn't even projected to be the starter of that team this season in real life, as I think it's Taylor Heineke. I think they should give Desmond Ridder a chance, but I don't make those decisions for that team, obviously. Currently a 7-point game with a minute and a half left. The clock is ticking. The Vikings do have the ball past the 50. JaMarcus is dropping back to throw, and over the middle, he finds Mike Williams, who tries to juke. It does nothing. So the clock is still ticking. We're under a minute to go. JaMarcus drops back in the shotgun here. Deep drop. He makes the throw to a wide open Jordan Addison along the sideline. They're now down to just outside the 10. You end up getting JaMarcus Russell in the shotgun here. You have Jettas on the bottom of the screen with Mike Williams and Addison up top. He's gonna throw. Oh, he's got nowhere to go, and he gets sacked. Is that Grady Jarrett? No, it's Pierce. Grady Jarrett even a Falcon anymore, actually, now that I say that? I don't know. He comes out in the shotgun. He's dropping back to throw once again. JaMarcus has time towards the end zone, and oh my God, what a play by the defender. JaMarcus comes out in the shotgun on 3rd and 20. There's 40 seconds left in the game. He's just got to get some yards back here, and he ends up throwing it away. So now it is 4th and 20. He needs a 21-yard touchdown here. Here he comes out in the shotgun. You have trips up to his right, and Kareem Hunt was on the line blocking, and he misses the throw. He had him. He didn't really have him. That was great coverage, and they are going to lose in the divisional round in his sophomore season, and they end up going home 24-17. JaMarcus threw 285 and a touchdown. Ridder threw 206 and 2 touchdowns. Now we go into year 3, where JaMarcus is now up to a 94. Jettas is still a 99. He's going to stay there for a little while, I imagine. Mike Williams is an 87. Addison has unlocked an X Factor up to a 90. Kareem Hunt is gone. McCoy may not have been a draft pick that's going to pay off. He's a 75 overall bronze. Hawkinson is up to a 92. So this offense is still really good. They should still make the playoffs. The running game might screw them over a little bit as we go through this, but we'll see what happens there. They are back to the number 1 seed. They went 14-3, the number 1 ranked passing offense. This could be JaMarcus Russell's MVP season, as I can see his stats right there. We'll wait for this to load in to actually look at them. Ended up throwing almost 4,700 yards and 39 touchdowns with a 117 passer rating. He really might have won an MVP. Now, of course not. Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes beat him out. He's 3rd. They beat them last year, but now in the divisional round, they are once again playing MVP Jalen Hurts, as he's now won back-to-back MVPs. Does he make it past the divisional round this season, though? Let's hope not, and hope JaMarcus Russell can shut this team down. It is a 13-point game. They end up winning the game by 6, 40-30. JaMarcus Russell is going to the NFC Championship game once again, as he threw 367 and 3 touchdowns with basically an 85% completion percentage. So he barely threw any incomplete passes in that whole game. Now in the NFC Championship game, they're going to be playing the Chicago Bears. That's a weird team to see here. Wyatt Teller is their best player. They also have Tremaine Edmonds and DJ Moore, who has seemed to progress well in Chicago, a lot better than he was in Carolina. So now once again, down 4, JaMarcus Russell comes in with 4 minutes left. He's got an opportunity to lead a drive to take the lead in the game if he can score a touchdown here. He does end up finally handing it off. There's McCoy getting the first down. This time he comes out in the shotgun with just over 3 minutes to go. He's got all of his star players out there. He's going to take the snap, and he's finally dropping back to pass, and he, wow, in between 3 defenders, throws a dime to Justin Jefferson. Once again, he comes out in the shotgun on the 1st and 10. They are past midfield now. They're right on the Vikings' head. He hits Jettas again for a gain of 8, almost 9. That should have been 9. Oh, he's calling audibles. He rotated the play. Everyone's on the opposite side of the field now. Look at him. He's waving his arms around, screaming Omaha. He's Peyton Manning reincarnated. He's dropping back to throw and finds Addison for the first down. It's now 2nd and 5 with a minute and 40 left. He's in the shotgun, dropping back to throw. This is clearly just passing situation from here on out, as he finds Jettas inside the 10. Now from the 7, he's dropping back to throw from the shotgun. There's a minute and 10. What was that throw? Wow. That was the worst throw I've ever seen. He just did not see. He wasn't watching film on that play. The game's over. He didn't realize the middle linebackers actually sit in the middle of the field. The defense needs to make a stop, and they don't, and now the Bears can run out the clock, and there it is. They end up falling short in the NFC Championship game in year 3. I didn't even look at his stats. I was just irritated about that interception. I need to go look at that. In the game, he ended up throwing 264 for a touchdown and the pick that lost the game. He was sacked twice. He had a 70% completion percentage and a 94 passer rating. As we go into year 4, he is up to a 98. Jettis is still a 99. Addison is a 94. There's a little of regression going on with the other players as Mike Williams is down to an 83 and Hawkinson is an 89. Once again, they end up winning the NFC North. As you can see there, they had the number 3 ranked passing offense, number 4 ranked total offense. JaMarcus Russell could be in that MVP conversation once again, but I think Dak might have won it from what it said on the side. He had 53 touchdowns. JaMarcus had 4,600 yards, 38 touchdowns with a 122 passer rating. We're going to go here to see Dak Prescott won MVP because he tied Peyton Manning's touchdown record. JaMarcus Russell is in 4th. Coach of the year, I don't even know why I'm looking at this, but it's Doug Peterson. They went 13-4, so T-Law is turning around. The 8-9 Rams, they now play in the first round, in the wild card round. We play this game in Minnesota. Yes, yeah, why wouldn't they play in Minnesota? They won the division. You can see there, Braden Huffman, a corner, is the best player on the Rams, along with good old Booper Bupp and Marcus Williams. Currently, they are down 21-13. It is 3rd and 13 with 5.5 minutes to go in the game. They do have the ball. We're going to jump in and see if JaMarcus can get this first down. He comes out with an empty backfield on this play, which you kind of expect on a 3rd and 13. He's dropping back to pass. He's got nowhere to go. He gets sacked by, oh my God, Frankie Louvu has 3 sacks. The Rams end up taking the ball down the field and scoring a field goal. It is now an 11-point game. JaMarcus does have to get them down the field and score. They are inside the 20. He does get them in the end zone and make it a 3-point game. Now the defense needs to make a stop, and it's not looking great. I think the game is over. And for the first time in his career, they're going home in the wild card round as they lost to the 7 seed who were 8-9. JaMarcus threw 206 and 2 touchdowns. Forrest Townsend, the quarterback of the Rams, threw 325 and 2 touchdowns. And now we move into year 5 where he's going to be 27 years old. He's got 1 year remaining on his contract where he's set to make $56 million, which I think would make him the highest paid quarterback in the league. I'm not entirely sure about that. He's now up to a 99. Jettis is also still a 99. Addison is a 97. Hawkinson stays an 89. McCoy stays a 79. And Mike Williams is officially gone. He probably retired. They couldn't win him a ring on his way out the door. Obviously, losing Mike Williams is going to be a tad bit of a hit, but I don't see that being a reason for them to not make the playoffs with a 99 quarterback, a 99 receiver, and another 97 receiver. Okay, losing Mike Williams wasn't really a detriment to the passing offense, but it was to the running offense. The rushing offense was actually 32nd in the league. They had the 14th ranked total offense, but the number 1 passing offense, and the defense was ranked 30th as they went 7-10, and they finally missed the playoffs in his 5th season. He threw for a lot of yards from the looks of that. Let's go to these stats. He led the league in yards with 4,600 yards and 30 touchdowns. The touchdowns is why he won't win MVP because this award is entirely based off of that in Madden, as Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow are 1 and 2. You get him all the way down in 10th, and now we move on to year 6 as this team finally failed to make the playoffs for the first time since drafting JaMarcus Russell. Assuming they obviously re-signed him as he was a 99 quarterback with an X factor, you go into the adjust lineup thing, and there he is. We'll take a look at his contract real quick. So he re-signed on a 7-year deal, basically locking him up here for a very long time, where he's set to make $75.5 million in the 5th year of the contract. That's the highest paid quarterback in the league. So this offense is stacked as he's a 99. Jettis is a 99. Addison is up to a 99, and Hawkinson is an 88 now, but they do have Odom here who's a 77. The running game is still pretty bad with an 80 overall McCoy. We'll see if 299 overall receivers can get him back into the playoffs once more. 299 receivers still wasn't enough to make the playoffs in year 6. They miss it once again with the number 2 ranked passing offense, number 11 ranked total offense, but the defense is still bad, and so is the rushing offense. We'll see how JaMarcus did, as this season he was number 2 in yards and touchdowns with a 121 passer rating, which was also 2nd, meaning he could be MVP this season despite missing the playoffs, and it's Jalen Hurts winning his 3rd of the video. He was in 2nd, right behind him. He just can't beat out Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is always right above him, and now we move into year 7 where he still has 6 years left on his contract, so we don't really have to worry about him leaving until year like 13. And now in year 7, he is still a 99. Jordan Addison is now receiver number 1 at a 99, as Jettis has regressed down to a 97, but with a +1 morale boost, he's a 98. Hawkinson is all the way down to an 83 with that morale boost, he's an 84, and McCoy is up to an 81, but they definitely need to get a new running back. back and change up this rushing offense. Since losing Mike Williams, this offense has not been able to figure it out. They had the number 2 ranked passing offense, 13th ranked overall, 14th ranked defense, and the 27th ranked rushing offense, which I guess you can't really blame on Mike Williams for the rushing offense being bad, but maybe this is a year JaMarcus can finally win MVP. He ended up throwing for 4,500 yards, which was second in the league, and 32 touchdowns and 7th. I almost said 7 touchdowns and 32nd, but it was the other way around. That's definitely not enough to win MVPs. It's Will Fry for the Cowboys. They finally moved on from Dak. Smart move. They should move on from Dak and get Trey. Well, they have Trey Lance. They should move on from Dak and start Trey Lance, even though both of those guys are not very good. I don't actually think they should move on from Dak and start Trey Lance. I'm just a certified Dak hater. As we go into year 8, he is still a 99. So Jettas is receiver 1 again at a 98. That's a smart move, as Jordan Addison is now a 99. Hawkinson is down to an 80, but still here. Odom is up to an 80. McCoy has gone, and they now even have a worse running back with Brown at a 78. I think it's time to draft a running back. The league likes to treat running backs like they're expendable, but I'm pretty sure they're kind of important. This year, they're finally back in the playoffs, going 10-6-1 as they had a tie with the Bears, who went 6-10-1. They did win the North again. They had the number 2 ranked passing offense, number 1 total offense with the 29th ranked rushing offense. So this passing offense carried. He ended up throwing for 4,700 yards and 37 touchdowns with a 122 passer rating. He may have finally done it. This may be the year he finally won the MVP, and there it is. JaMarcus Russell is your league MVP in his 8th career season, and now he once again is going to play the Atlanta Falcons in the playoffs, as they weren't the number 1 seed. They're in a wild card spot, but they do get a home playoff game against the Falcons, who I'm assuming, still have Desmond Ridder at quarterback, along with Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts rounding out their top 3. And late into the 4th quarter here, 30 seconds left, they are down 3. This isn't looking good. We'll see if JaMarcus, with 39 seconds left and 3 timeouts, can lead a game-winning drive, or at least a game-tying drive to send it to overtime. Let's see what happens here. He usually throws interceptions in these situations. He comes out in the shotgun, though. You can see Hawkinson on the line. I don't know which receiver is which. I think that was Addison to his right. That's towards Jettas, and it's incomplete. This is obviously a passing situation. Every play is probably going to be ran from the shotgun as he's dropping back to throw over to the middle. That was towards the sideline more than over the middle. They do get a good gain there and take the timeout. They still have 2 timeouts left. He comes out. He's throwing the ball once again. He's dropping back pretty deep. That is deep down the field towards the sidelines. And Odom, or no, that's Jefferson. I almost said Odom, but Jefferson just mossed the corner to get him into field goal range. Of course it's Jettas. Who else would it be, as he's once again dropping back to pass? They have 1 timeout. He hits the running back over the middle, and now I think that's going to lead us into the field goal here. There's the snap to the holder. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and it looks like we are going to overtime unless the Falcons return the kickoff all the way. 1st and goal now. Desmond Ridder gets them into the end zone. Thankfully, this is the playoffs, so they do get an opportunity. They just have to get downfield. It is now 3rd and 6. Good time to jump in here. It is now 3rd and 6. He's got trips to his right. He is dropping back to pass down 7. He's got to get the first, and he finds Jordan Addison for a big play to the 40. He is killing it with 482 and 2 touchdowns. Once again in the shotgun, empty backfield. He's dropping back to throw. JaMarcus has time back there. He finds Hawkinson, who's going to get the first down. Or no, wait, that was not the first down. That was the field goal marker line. They ran the ball in the last play, got the first down. He's dropping back to throw once again. He's got to get a touchdown here. He finds Hawkinson for a gain of 4. He's got 500 yards passing now. He comes out in the shotgun. He's running everybody in motion. Jordan Addison is hauling ass across the formation as he lines up in front of Odom. He's dropping back to throw, and he hits Odom. Now with 31 seconds left, they got to get in the end zone here. He comes out empty backfield. This is, again, one of those situations he's throwing an interception in every time he is in the shotgun with an empty backfield. He's dropping back to pass. He hits Hawkinson once again down into the flats for a gain of 4. There's 17 seconds left in overtime. He is dropping back to throw. He's got time back there, and he ends up throwing another one away to bring up a 4th and 6. He needs to get them inside, or basically to the 1-yard line here, or in the end zone. It is 4th and 6. He is dropping back to throw, the most important play of the game, and he throws an interception. Why does this always happen? And he's going to return that all the way. They're going to lose off of a pick 6 like that in overtime. That is the game. And right as the time expires in overtime, there's the pick 6, and they are going home in the wild card round. This team has still been yet to put it together and win the Super Bowl despite all the talent they have. And now we go into his 9th career season with the potential of some of those receivers starting to regress and leave. Addison could leave at any time. Jettas has already regressed a little bit. Following his MVP season, he is still a 99. Addison is down to a 97 with a morale boost. Jefferson is down to a 96 with a morale boost. And TJ Hawkinson is officially retired. They even got worse at running back with Collier here. This isn't probably going to be one of their best years now moving forward, even though this division seemed kind of bad based on last season. They do end up making the playoffs. They don't win the division as the Lions beat them out at 11-6, probably having the tiebreaker over them. Well, obviously having the tiebreaker over them. And they were once again going to play Jalen Hurts. They had the number 2 ranked passing offense, number 5 total offense, and everything else is red and god-awful. JaMarcus ended up throwing for almost 4,600 yards and 40 touchdowns with a 120 passer rating, trying to defend his MVP award from last season. I don't imagine he did, but he did. He won back-to-back MVPs now. He beat out Desmond Ridder and Josh Allen. JaMarcus Russell is now a 2-time league MVP. This Vikings top 3 has been the same like the entire video, as the Eagles top 3 has changed a little bit. You still have Jalen there. They have Bryson Watkins at free safety, and then they have Demarius Boston, who it's not Boston Scott, but he's the best running back on that team. They actually let the Eagles come back. They currently have the ball 1st and 10 at the Eagles 16. It was 21-0 at one point. Now they have to go 16 yards to take the lead back. JaMarcus is under center on this play with 3.5 minutes to go in the 4th. He does end up handing this one off, and Collier gets stuffed in the backfield. JaMarcus needs to just throw the ball here because this running game is terrible. Once again, comes out under center on 2nd and 11. Hopefully this time it's a pass. He is calling an audible, hopefully turning it into a pass instead of a run. He is dropping back to throw. He throws it quick, and that is going to be a gain of basically just 2. It is now 3rd and 8, the biggest play of the game, one of the biggest plays of JaMarcus' career so far. I mean, he's been to a Super Bowl, so maybe not that. He's rolling out on the run, throws a dime to Justin Jefferson inside the 5. They are now down to the 2-yard line. It is 1st and goal. This play might be a handoff, but we are past the 2-minute warning, or well, at the 2-minute warning still. Receiver coming in motion. It's more just a decoy, and there is the rushing touchdown coming out of Collier to get them the lead late in the 4th. It is now 2nd and goal off of an incomplete pass, 3rd and goal, and then there's the touchdown, and the Eagles now have tied the game with 33 seconds left. A big play out of JaMarcus to get him up near the 50, and we'll now jump in to see if he can lead a game-winning drive. He's very bad in clutch time, as we've seen. He always throws interceptions in these situations. The score is 28-28. He's dropping back to throw, and oh my god, it happens every time. It never fails. Interception in clutch time, and he gave them the ball right in field goal range, and that's gonna be, they blocked the field goal, or what happened? Did the Eagles run out of time? The Vikings did get the ball first. JaMarcus Russell gets sacked to bring up a 2nd and 20-something. It's now 3rd and 15. They don't get the first. They have to punt. The Eagles just need to score a touchdown here to win, but they have to punt. And now the Vikings get the ball in a very great field position from the 30-yard line. We're going to jump in. They could honestly kick the field goal here to win, which I'd imagine this is going to just be run plays I don't even want to watch because I don't think JaMarcus is going to throw the ball. There's the handoff to Collier, who's actually going to go score the touchdown to win the game. That's not even Collier. I don't know who the backup running back is, but he just won the game for him. They are going on to the divisional round. Wow. And once again, I have to completely back out of the game because EA is a shithole company. JaMarcus ended up throwing 395, 3 touchdowns, and the 1 pick that almost lost him the game. Jalen threw 251 and 4 touchdowns, but the Vikings are moving on to the divisional round and will now play the Carolina Panthers, led by Bryce Young. Panthers top 3 is Bryce Young, Ike Mekwonu, and you also get Parker Snow at receiver, who's an auto-generated guy, I'm assuming. I don't know if there's anyone in college football right now named Parker Snow. There very well could be, though. They end up losing the game by 7. They were down 14. They scored late. They lose 34-27, and JaMarcus Russell once again falls short, throwing 263 and 2 touchdowns. You had Bryce Young with 308 and 3 touchdowns as they send the Vikings packing, and JaMarcus Russell's hopes for a Super Bowl are starting to dwindle. Now, as we go into year 10, he is still a 99. They did finally draft a running back who is a nice, crisp 80 overall. Jordan Addison is a 98. Jett is his receiver 2 at a 96. They both have morale boosts, so they're technically an overall lower than that. The tight end is Linder. He's a 78. Odom is up to an 84 at receiver 3. As we're simming forward to the playoffs, I'm getting a little worried that he might not get that opportunity as Super Bowl, but he has won back-to-back MVPs, so he is doing a lot better than his real-life career. He has actually made a Super Bowl, though. They just happened to fall short to the Bills as he threw an interception to Matt Milano inside the 10. Well, they are back to the number 1 seed at 12-5 as they have a bye week in the wild card, the number 1 ranked passing offense, 2 ranked total offense. JaMarcus Russell very well could have won back-to-back MVPs here. Oh, he's back-to-back MVPs. 4,800 yards was first, 49 touchdowns was also first, the 125 passer rating was like 5th. That's 3 straight MVPs, and there it is. He is MVP for the third year in a row. Now, can he win Justin Jefferson a Super Bowl? As this is the well, we don't really have a wild card round to watch, but I'm going to start simming the wild card rounds from this point on. In the divisional round, they are playing the New York Giants. The Giants have Doug Hewitt at receiver, a fellow draft mate of JaMarcus Russell's. They still have Kayvon Thibodeau, and now they have Rayshawn Blake. And it's looking like they're moving on to the NFC Championship game. They are up 14, and the game is going to end 31-17. JaMarcus Russell has another opportunity at a Super Bowl after throwing 254 and 2 touchdowns with a 72% completion percentage. And in the conference championship game, they're going to be playing the Dallas Cowboys, who, as far as I know, no longer have Dak Prescott at quarterback. They had Will Fry, but I saw he was a Steeler a little bit ago. CD's Nuts is still here. Micah Parsons is still here. Elijah Henley. They're currently down 14. Well, they got the ball. They tied the game, and now it's a 3-point game, and they have the ball. 2.5 minutes to go in the NFC Championship game. He's dropping back to throw. Currently down 3. He's got time back there. A little bit of a dumb throw to Jordan Addison towards the sideline. He's got 251 and a touchdown right now passing. He's rocking the baby to sleep, staring down Jordan Addison. JaMarcus is in the shotgun once more. He's got the running back next to him. He's dropping back to throw. He's got time, finds the running back out of the backfield, ends up getting a gain of about 2. Now on a 3rd and 8, he needs a first down here. Either way, it's 4 down territory, I'm pretty sure, unless they try a really long field goal. He turns, he throws over the middle, and he finds the receiver, who I'm assuming is Odom, for the first down. It is Odom. He once again comes out in the shotgun. They are now almost to the 25, just inside the 30. He's dropping back to throw. Micah Parsons is getting stood up. He finds the running back to get them into the red zone. Your back-to-back-to-back MVP now lines up under center, but dropping back to throw towards the end zone, and he throws another interception in clutch time, because that's just the JaMarcus Russell way. He's going to be remembered as the greatest choke artist of all time, because in 10 seasons, every opportunity they've had, they've gotten so close, he's led them right down the field, and then he throws an interception the moment they get in the red zone. But he's won 3 MVPs. Now, as we go into year 11, it's finally happened. Jay Jettas is gone. He's no longer with the team, as Odom is up to receiver 2. Addison is receiver 1 at a 94. The running back Meredith did get an X factor up to an 85. JaMarcus is still a 99. Linder, the tight end, is up to an 80, but this team is slowly starting to fade away from their window of opportunity. Losing Jettas is the biggest loss we've seen so far. I can't believe how many games he's thrown, like, in the playoffs late in the game. It's almost like someone immediately puts him in a guillotine choke the moment he thinks he's doing something right. In year 11, they go 14-3, win the division. That's not enough for the number 1 seed, as they are playing in the wild card round. We're going to sim through that. The number 1 ranked total offense, the number 1 ranked passing offense, everything's in the green. The team has gotten so good. JaMarcus Russell may have just won his 4th MVP in a row. Oh, he did. 4,600 yards, 43 touchdowns, both number 1 in the league. And there you have it. JaMarcus Russell is your 4-time MVP, 4 times in a row now. As we sim past the wild card round, because like I said, we are going to sim through wild card weekend every time moving forward. They're going to end up losing that, aren't they? They won. Okay, and now they're in the divisional round playing Bryce Young once again. We'll see if he can get past Bryce Young to move on to the conference championship game for the 2nd year in a row. You know what it is? I haven't been putting them in the Color Rush uniforms. We'll throw them in the Color Rush uniforms and see if they can win this game. It's looking like they're going to the conference championship game for the 2nd year in a row as they win 30-17. JaMarcus Russell is getting another shot at going to a Super Bowl after throwing 286 and 2 touchdowns. In the conference championship game, they will be playing the LA Rams, who were the 1 seed, also at 14-3. They are going into LA. They're going to have to play this game in SoFi. This team has Stephen Hart, Matthew Jowers, and Braden Huffman as their top 3, all auto-generated guys. Majority of our players that we all know and love that play today are probably gone at this point, and they're going to the Super Bowl. It is 30-10 with 40 seconds left. The Rams score late to make it 30-17, but JaMarcus Russell is on his way back to his first Super Bowl since his rookie season after throwing 397 and 3 touchdowns. They will now be playing the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. PS2 is still here and the best player on his team. The Broncos have Scotty Williams at quarterback, along with Alfonso Daniels and Drew Sanders at middle linebacker. As you can see, it's JaMarcus Russell, Jordan Addison, and with the loss of Jay Jettas, Chad Presley moves into the top 3 on the defense. They currently have the lead by 10, now by 3. They did have to punt. They need to make a stop on defense. They had to punt again, and they're winning the Super Bowl. It's 31-28. JaMarcus Russell is finally a Super Bowl champion. We haven't even seen him celebrating yet. We've been seeing the rest of the team, but let those guys enjoy it. There he was on the left right there. They're hoisting him up. The man, the myth, the legend, the 4-time MVP is now finally a Super Bowl champion. He is a choke artist no more as he gets the Lombardi trophy in his hands. There he is. He ended up throwing for 418 and a touchdown. Scotty threw 412 and 2 touchdowns. That is most likely going to be your Super Bowl MVP. And there you have it. JaMarcus Russell is now a 4-time league MVP, a 1-time Super Bowl champion, and a 1-time Super Bowl MVP. He is making quite the legacy for himself as one of the greatest to ever play. He has now taken the smallest bit of regression down to a 98 following his 4th MVP, a Super Bowl ring, and a Super Bowl MVP. Meredith is up to an 89, Addison is a 95, Odom has regressed a little bit down to an 83, and Linder is up to an 83. They kept the core members of this offense together, meaning there is a good opportunity for a repeat if they put it all out on the table. But also, the way Madden works, they could very well miss the playoffs and have an under 500 record this season. They are once again back in the playoffs, unable to win the division this season though. They'll play the Dallas Cowboys in the wild card round. They had the number 1 ranked passing offense, number 4 ranked total offense. As JaMarcus Russell could have won a 5th straight MVP. I think he did it. He led the league in yards and touchdowns again and may have just won his 5th MVP in a row following a Super Bowl season, and he loses it to Alex Green and gets 2nd, who finally breaks his streak of MVPs in a row. Simming through wild card weekend, we'll see if they can beat the Cowboys, and they don't. They end up falling short in the wild card round to the Cowboys. They ended up losing the game 28-21. Your reigning Super Bowl champions go home in wild card weekend as JaMarcus threw 289 and 3 touchdowns to Gabriel Reynolds 269 and a touchdown. And now I'm pretty sure we move on to year 13, the last year of his 7-year extension that he signed. Oh, they're screwed now. Jordan Addison's gone too. Odom's now receiver 1. JaMarcus is still a 98. Meredith is a 93, so that'll help the offense at least. Linder is still an 85 as he is the best target JaMarcus has to pass the ball to. I don't expect a lot from them in year 13 here as we sim to the playoffs. Losing Addison and Jefferson within a couple of years of each other, and then also winning a Super Bowl right after Jed is retired is like mind-blowing. They actually win the NFC North and they're back in the playoffs as we advance through wildcard. Actually, we'll look at his stats real quick before we do that. JaMarcus finishes 2nd in yards and touchdowns with 4,535 touchdowns. We'll see. That's probably not MVP then. I imagine the same person finished 1st. It's Anthony Richardson for the Jets. JaMarcus Russell is once again 2nd in MVP voting, so he doesn't end up winning his 5th. That's pretty wild to see Anthony Richardson on the Jets winning an MVP, and they do end up winning in the wild card round. They now have to go into Atlanta and face who I'm assuming is Desmond Ridder as the starting quarterback of this team. He isn't in their top 3, so I'm not entirely sure. JaMarcus Russell is still number 1 on this team, and Meredith is now in the top 3 after they lost Jordan Addison. In the divisional round, they're going to win. It was a slaughter. It was 28-0 at one point. The final score is 35-21 as JaMarcus Russell is on his way back to another conference championship game, throwing for 304 and 3 touchdowns. As once again in the conference championship game, they're going to be playing the Dallas Cowboys. This team always manages to be here as Micah Parsons is still at the top. Gabriel Reynolds has moved into their top 3 along with Darius Alford. So they now are on 2nd and goal, down by 6. So we'll see if JaMarcus can put this ball in the end zone and get his team the lead. He comes out in the shotgun from 2nd and goal from the 13, so they lost yards on the first play and a really risky throw though, but it does get them down to the 6. It's now 3rd and goal. They're probably going to kick the field goal if they don't score here. He comes out with an empty backfield this time. He's got trips to his right. He's dropping back to pass. He throws towards the end zone. He's got the guy, but he was just short of the end zone. They're at the 1-inch line and are going to kick a field goal. No, they're going to go for it. Okay. They're down at the half-yard line basically here. He comes out in the shotgun. He's going to throw on 4th and goal, and he finds the receiver. He dropped it. Oh my God. And now Dallas just needs to run out the clock. They get a 1st down. It's now 3rd and 4. The Vikings are out of timeouts. They do stop them there, so they are going to get the ball back. With no timeouts left, they have to get the ball down the field and score a touchdown. It is now 2nd and 4 from the 23. You have JaMarcus in the shotgun, dropping back to throw, and he throws an interception in clutch time, and it's going to be a pick 6 that decides the game. Of course he throws a clutch time interception. Why wouldn't he? JaMarcus threw 319 and 2 touchdowns, including an interception that lost them the game. Gabriel Reynolds threw 344 and 3 touchdowns. As now we go into year 14, the first year he has the potential to leave in a very long time. I don't imagine he does. This team will probably do everything in their power to re-sign their 4-time MVP, 1-time Super Bowl MVP. As we go into year 14, he re-signed on a 1-year deal worth $57.1 million, meaning he could be towards the end, even though he is still a 97 overall. Meredith is an 95. You have Smith at an 85. Odom is regressing. He's down to a 79. Linder is all the way up to an 88. This offense is still basically the same as last year that managed to make the playoffs, so they should be able to do it again. But him being on a 1-year deal is kind of confusing in year 14, meaning that he might be retiring here soon, even though he still has an X factor and is a 97 overall. And in year 14, they're the number 1 seed with the 1st overall passing offense, number 1 overall offense. They are green in everything. He could very well have won his 5th MVP this season. As I saw his stats, he had almost 4,700 yards and 41 touchdowns, which was 2nd in the league in touchdowns, but 1st in yards. Yearly awards you go here, and JaMarcus Russell is now a 5-time NFL MVP, tying the record, I think. I think it's 5 MVPs. Actually, no, because I think Brady has more than 5. I was wrong. It's Peyton Manning, who does have 5. He ties the record for most MVPs as we simulate to the divisional round and see who they play. They're going to be playing Bryce Young once again in the divisional round as they just keep playing it, and I just accidentally simulated the week. So we're going to the conference championship game. We're going to see if they end up winning that, and they don't. I didn't mean to simulate the divisional round. I was going to jump in and watch it. I thought I was on play, and I just happened to click X one too many times. That is my mistake. They ended up losing by 11. The final score was 35-24. We go over here. We'll look at the player stats real quick as Bryce threw for 253 and 2 touchdowns. JaMarcus threw 244, 3 touchdowns and a pick. As now we go into his 15th season, he won his 5th MVP. If he plays another year and can win another one, he can break the record for most MVPs in NFL history. As we go into year 15, he's back for another year in Minnesota. He's a 96 overall. Meredith is a 97, now the highest rated player on the team. Odom is now receiver 1 at a 75, with Kidd at 77 or receiver 2. Linda regressed in overall, and this offense is not looking great. He re-signed on another 1-year deal. This is his 15th season. After this, we're going to have to take a look at his career stats because I don't know how much longer he'll play. He is about to be 37 years old. This season, the standings for the division aren't popping up, but they clearly didn't win as they're playing the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round, who must have won the division. We'll go over here and look. Actually, let's look at where they ranked and everything, as they had the number 5 passing offense, number 1 total offense. We go to stats and awards, where you had just about 4,000 yards for JaMarcus and 36 touchdowns that led the league. Could very well be his 6th MVP, but I highly doubt it. It is not. Mitch Howard wins MVP. He's down here in 4th. I don't think he's going to get another MVP in his lifetime. I think he's going to be tied with Manning at 5. We'll look at his career stats. Career-wise, he has 67,000 yards, 567 touchdowns, and 86 interceptions. That is a wild touchdown to INT ratio. He also has a career 73% completion percentage and a 117.1 passer rating, which has to be like some NFL record for in a career. And now they will play the Bucks, who the last we saw they had Caleb Williams as starting quarterback, and I don't know if they still do, as he is not in their top 3. They are currently up 24-0 here in the 4th quarter. The Bucks just finally scored, but they are moving on to the conference championship game once again, as JaMarcus had a 93.1 completion percentage with 273 and 2 touchdowns. Also, Tampa Bay didn't have Caleb Williams there. It was Josh Boone, who had like 141 and no touchdowns. And now once again in the conference championship game, of course they play the Dallas Cowboys. 21-10, 28-10. Oh, it might be over. They might be going to another Super Bowl. 35-17. The game is over. The Vikings are going back to the Super Bowl. JaMarcus Russell has an opportunity to get another ring in his 15th season and walk off into the sunset as he threw 304 and 3 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence is now the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, who threw 268 and 2 touchdowns. They are playing the Miami Dolphins in the Super Bowl, who ended up going 15-2. So they have a very tough matchup here as they are playing the team that was most likely the best team in the league. They also had the league MVP in Mitch Howard. You can see JaMarcus Russell is still on the top 3. He's 2nd on that list. I figured by now he might have started to fallen off of it, but he was a 96 coming into this season, so I'm not surprised as we enter the Super Bowl that he's still there. In the Super Bowl, it's a 3-point game. They are on the Dolphins side of the field, and JaMarcus Russell has a chance to take the lead or at least tie the game here, but this is one of those moments he always throws interceptions. He comes out in the I formation. He's probably going to hand it off. It's actually play action. He's dropping back to throw. He makes a good pass, and that's going to be offensive holding as the receiver gets them down to the 11, right? Holding, offense. Yep, there it is. It's now 1st and 20. He comes out under center. This one could be a handoff with 4 minutes left, but it's not. He's dropping back to throw. Hits the receiver over the middle for a gain of 8. It is now 2nd and 12. He is in the shotgun this time. I don't think he's going to hand it off to Meredith here, even though I'm curious to see how good the Meredith guy is, being an X-Factor running back and everything. He throws it to him out of the backfield. Oh, and he's going to get the first down. Now he comes out under center. There's 3.5 minutes to go in the game. They need a touchdown to take the lead. A field goal ties it. He comes out under center. He is dropping back to pass once again, though, and he finds the receiver who might get in here. He's down to the 1. He makes it down to the 1. This is for the lead. He can hand this one off to Meredith, which he probably will from the 1-yard line. He is under center, and he's actually dropping back to pass, and he throws to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. He may have just thrown the game-winning touchdown of a Super Bowl if this defense can make a stop. So the Dolphins now with the ball, they're getting right down the field. This defense needs to make a big play here. It's 3rd and 6. They let him get inside the red zone, but then get a 10-yard sack, and now it is 3rd and 20. This defense needs to make a stop here to basically basically could guarantee a Super Bowl win to the end zone. They let him score. He was wide open. That's a nice camera angle. I like the cinematics they come in on as JaMarcus is he's in the shotgun. He's going to drop back to throw. Obviously, they have all 3 timeouts to work with over the middle into a tight window. That ball should have been caught, honestly. 2nd and 10, a minute and 14 to go. They are down 3, so field goal can send this to overtime as he hits the quick pass. That's not the kind of pass you want to throw right now, wasting these timeouts. It's now 3rd and 5. JaMarcus in the shotgun with Meredith next to him. He's going to drop back to throw here. He's got time. Over the middle, he finds the receiver wide open to midfield. There is now 50 seconds on the clock. They're in the hurry up. He gets the snap. He's dropping back, finds another receiver over the middle, and he drops it, which is kind of a benefit there because it does stop the clock. They are now down to the 31, basically. I guess it says the 32, but he's in the shotgun. He has trips to his right. He's dropping back to throw. Quick throw, and it's dropped. He's got duos on each side of him with Meredith in the backfield here. It's 2nd and 10 with 22 seconds to go. He's dropping back to pass, and he throws a dime across the middle of the field inside the 15. He comes out under center this time. They've ran a lot of pass plays from under center, but this could be a handoff, as I was complimenting Madden on making things better, and it is an end around, but the receiver gets to the edge, and that's a face mask. The face mask makes it an automatic first down to the 3 with 15 seconds left and 1 timeout. He could throw a game-winning touchdown here. They come out under center, though. This could very well be a handoff, even though I think they should throw the ball here, but he is going to hand it off to Meredith, who's going to get in. No, he's 1 yard short. Take that timeout. They're going to kick the field goal with 8 seconds left. Of course they are. So the Super Bowl is going to go to overtime as they kick the field goal from the 1-inch line. It is up and good. They should have at least ran one play there. They should have ran a pass play. Now here we go in overtime. The Dolphins start with the ball. The defense has them in a 2nd and 20, 3rd and 20, 4th and 14, and now the Vikings have the ball with an opportunity to win the Super Bowl. JaMarcus comes out in the shotgun here. This is a very big drive for him. The most important drive of his career, 15 seasons in, looking for a 2nd ring. He's dropping back to throw, throws a great pass. The receiver breaks the tackle and gets the first down. No, he doesn't. This time he comes out in the shotgun. You can see he's got Meredith to his side. He's got the tight end on the line on his right, 1 receiver out right and 2 receivers out left. He's dropping back to throw. He's got time. He hits Meredith out of the backfield for a gain of 11. He once again comes out in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side of him, and the running back flanking him in the backfield. He's dropping back to throw from the shotgun. He's got all day back there to throw, and he chucks it, and it's wide open. The receiver catches it, and he's inside the 30. What is going on? These receivers were 70-something overalls, and now he's under center. This play could be a handoff. He could just hand this one to Meredith. I wouldn't be surprised, but he's not. He's dropping back to throw, and he finds a receiver who's got a lane to the end zone, and he's in. The Minnesota Vikings just won the Super Bowl. JaMarcus Russell is now a 2-time Super Bowl champion. It's Peter Odom, who has been here for so long. He just won the Super Bowl. What a play, what a throw, what a run after the catch to pull 3 guys into the end zone with him. And JaMarcus Russell in his 15th season gets his 2nd Super Bowl ring, so he is now a 2-time Super Bowl champion, a 5-time NFL MVP. There he is with your reigning MVP, Mitch Howard, hugging it out. He puts Howard to rest, though, and continues the MVP curse. There is JaMarcus Russell with his 2nd Lombardi trophy, the 2nd Lombardi in Minnesota Vikings history. He has become the greatest quarterback in Vikings history. 327 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Mitch's 250 and a touchdown. And there you have it. JaMarcus Russell is now a 2-time Super Bowl MVP and 2-time Super Bowl champion as he potentially walks off into retirement. He is no longer the starting quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. I wonder if he went somewhere else or if he did retire and it just wasn't on there yet. JaMarcus Russell in year 16 has finally left Minnesota and goes to Tennessee. He is now a 94 overall, boosted to a 95 with Morales. He signs with a new team. We'll end up taking a look real quick at what his contract is looking like with this team. He signed on a 1-year deal. He actually has high overall interest to stay here, unlike in Minnesota where he had basically negative. It was fully red. They have a 75 overall running back, an 85 receiver, and an 81 receiver in Claiborne and Monocle. Mathis is the running back. They have Pettis at tight end, who's a 77 overall gold. We'll see what he can do with this team. In his first season in Tennessee, they end up winning the AFC South. We'll take a look as they had the number 8 ranked passing offense, number 2 ranked total offense. Let's take a look real quick at how he's looking reward-wise. I don't think he's going to win that 6th MVP, though. He ends up finishing with just about 4,000 yards and 46 touchdowns, leading the league in touchdowns. So I guess maybe there's a chance he wins that MVP, but I doubt it. He does not. He is 2nd. He is a couple votes away from from being a 6-time MVP and having the most MVPs in NFL history. We'll take a look at his career stats again. He now has 71,754 yards, almost 72,000 yards, 613 touchdowns, and 92 picks, so he has not thrown 100 interceptions in his career. He has a 73% completion percentage and still a 117.3 passer rating. A 90-yard touchdown was his longest pass. I meant to say they are playing the Bengals in the wild card round. They're up 20-0 in the third quarter, 20-3, and it's looking like they're going to the divisional round as he's jumped over to the AFC. It's 20-10. They're putting a drive together. They score a field goal, and the game is over. 23-10 is your final score. JaMarcus ended up throwing 224 and a touchdown to Eddie Trevino's 191 and a touchdown as they are going to the divisional round in his first season in the AFC. Now he gets an opportunity against the team he just beat in the Super Bowl, the Miami Dolphins, with Mitch Howard. There's Mitch. Him and Mitch are having a bit of a rivalry here in his last couple seasons. They are currently up by 11 in the fourth. Mitch gets his team down the field for a field goal, but it is an 11-point game, and in his first season in the AFC, they are going to the conference championship game. Mitch Howard can't get one over JaMarcus as he threw 300 and a touchdown with a 92% completion percentage, 229 and a touchdown out of Mitch. JaMarcus is just the greatest quarterback to ever play football. This is just a victory tour because now they're playing the other team they beat in the Super Bowl in the Denver Broncos. I think that was the other team they beat at least. I can't remember if they lost to Denver or they beat Denver. Denver's top three include Gabe Pettit, a wide receiver, Jose Yates, a tight end, and you get Justin York, who is their running back. The game is currently tied in the third quarter. Denver did just score to take an even bigger lead, and then they make a field goal to make it an even bigger lead, and then a touchdown to keep it a 10-point lead, and it's looking like it's over, and JaMarcus is going home in the AFC Championship game. 45-35 is the final score. The Denver Broncos, with Bryce Young at quarterback, are going to the Super Bowl. Bryce threw 362 and 3 touchdowns. JaMarcus tried his hardest with 370 and 5 touchdowns on a 68% completion percentage. And there you have it. Titans quarterback JaMarcus Russell retires after 16 years in the NFL, a 5-time MVP, a 2-time Super Bowl MVP, and a 2-time Super Bowl champion. In looking at career stats, JaMarcus ends up finishing 5th all-time in passing yards with 71,754 yards. That's season stats. He didn't break any of those. I already looked at those ones a little bit. But then we look at passing touchdowns, and he was 2nd all-time, only behind real-life Tom Brady, the actual GOAT, as he finished with 613, and he ends up going down as one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play football, having won 2 Super Bowls, 3 championships, 28 yearly awards that I'm assuming include a couple players of the week, and then on top of that, 5 MVPs and Offensive Rookie of the Year as he 100% goes on into the Hall of Fame. That went a lot better than I expected. That went a lot better than the Randy Moss career did. JaMarcus Russell is genuinely the GOAT if he actually would have watched film and not drank a shit ton of codeine. So guys, with the retirement though, that is going to be it for the video. If you did enjoy and if you were excited for the upcoming Sims and maybe some MUT content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. But like I said earlier in the video, that choice is always yours. This is one of the best Sims we've done. It has been a lot of fun, but I will talk to you guys in the next one. With that out of the way, peace out, guys.